Good day, world. I'm from the Philippines, and once again, I'm here to um, talk about something about boxing and mixed martial arts or MMA. Previously, I shared a video about the upcoming fight between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson, and apparently, like I've mentioned, half of boxing fans around the world are not happy or not excited about that fight because of the potential harm uh, that Mike Tyson might incur fighting a much younger Jake Paul. But then again, about half, I estimate about half of boxing fans would want to see how Mike Tyson, even at his age, can still knock out Jake Paul, because Jake Paul, as we all know, as uh, as many fans as he has, thousands or even millions of fans, he also has a lot of haters. Yeah, it's like Floyd Mayweather. Um, so I don't know if the fight will still happen. It's still scheduled on November. Anything can still happen. Um, so we will see. And I'm not really a fan of. Uh, I'm a fan of Mike Tyson, but the fight with Jake Paul. Um, at first, I was really excited, but later on, I realized that maybe that fight really should not go through, or that fight should not happen, because Mike Tyson's time is done. Okay, we'll never see the same Mike Tyson again, no matter how fit, how much he trains every day. So let's move on, but hopefully it will still happen. At least we would, you know, uh, finally see uh, what Jake Paul has uh, in terms of skills. Okay, but I know it's most or a lot of fans are considering that fight a big joke, an insult to boxing. And then there's the Conor McGregor and Michael Chandler fight, UFC fight, and I was really excited when it was announced. But now the fight will not really happen, I suppose, even if Conor McGregor comes back either uh, later this year, December, or any time next year. If he ever comes back, I don't think it's gonna be Chandler against Michael Chandler. And I don't think Conor McGregor will really fight someone like Michael Chandler, because it's a high risk fight. Most probably, if he ever comes back, he would fight either Nate Diaz or I don't know. So right now, I'm not really excited until the time really comes that Conor McGregor will himself announce with 100% certainty, especially with regards to his preparedness and seriousness in preparing for that fight. So what I'm here to talk about, okay, let's move on from the Tyson, Jake Paul, and McGregor fight in the near future. What I'm here to talk about is about Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather Jr., or simply Floyd Mayweather. Because I recently saw a video from Remus Boxing, a documentary video, 3-hour documentary video, each for Mayweather and Pacquiao. Okay, Pacquiao is the most famous Filipino, currently the most famous Filipino in the world. Yes, she's even more famous than President Bongbong Marcos, I suppose. Okay, so currently the most famous, or arguably the most famous Filipino alive today is Manny Pacquiao. I don't know if Imelda Marcos is still popular uh, in this generation. But Pacquiao is considered one of the greatest boxers of all time. In fact, uh, he can he can be considered as the goat. If you ask me, yes, he is a contender for the goat debate or argument in boxing. It's either him or, as much as I hate to say it, it's either him or Floyd. And of course, Muhammad Ali should always be in the conversation. Sugar Ray Robinson, and now we have Canelo Alvarez, even Terence Crawford, but definitely it's Canelo. Between Canelo and Crawford, I would choose Canelo to be part of that conversation, the greatest of all time. So I love the documentary videos. I was impressed because it highlighted all the fights of Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather throughout their careers, and of course their fight that happened in the much awaited fight that finally happened on May, was it May 2nd, 2015, and it's the richest fight in the history of boxing. Okay, not just in boxing but in the history of combat sports. And surprisingly, the fight boxing match between Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor in August 2017 is the second richest fight in boxing and combat sports history. Surprisingly, because McGregor is not a true boxer. He's not a pure boxer. He's first and foremost a martial artist, a mixed martial artist who trains in boxing, of course. So yeah, Pacquiao and Mayweather. Well, that was a great documentary on YouTube. So if you want to check it out, it's from Remus Boxing. A 3-hour documentary for Pacquiao and a separate 3-hour documentary for Floyd. And yes, Floyd Mayweather, he's the he loves to be hated. Okay, I only learned about that. I thought he hated the fact that he's a hated athlete. I thought he hated the fact that he comes across as a villain, but no, that was his plan from the start. Okay, he wants to be the villain. Okay, he accepted and embraced that role, and it's part of his manufactured persona. I don't know the real Mayweather if he's really as flamboyant or as cocky, or I don't know if it's the real Mayweather or not. But one thing I'm certain is uh, he really marketed himself as the villain. He wants to be hated. He loves to be hated. That's based from from what I learned in that documentary. So look at him. Is worth like Floyd is worth like $500 million. Okay, so the more people hated him, the more people watch his fights. Okay, because boxing fans, even MMA fans watch his fights because they want to see him lose. Okay, it's part of the Mayweather strategy. And I love the documentary because it shows how Mayweather came from a very poor or he came from poverty like Manny Pacquiao, and he went through a lot as a child, and eventually he became so rich and famous. Like Manny Pacquiao, they reached the pinnacle of success in their sport. And coming from poverty, rags to riches story. That's something that would always inspire, and not just any athlete but any person. So you should watch that video. For to all boxing fans, MMA fans, it's worth watching. Uh, the title of the video is the rise, reign, and the last. So it's like a three-part documentary. Part one is the rise of Manny and Floyd, and then the reign of Manny and Floyd, and the last of Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather. Currently, they're not yet retired. Technically, Pacquiao has announced his retirement like 3 times already, and he always comes back and not being true to his words. He always comes back, always says that he loves boxing. Boxing is his passion. So they are still currently active, especially as they they fight in exhibition fights. Funny thing is, Pacquiao initially, when Mayweather started doing exhibition fights, Pacquiao said that he would never fight a non-boxer because it's insulting to the sport. But look at him; he's also doing exhibition fights like Mayweather. But at least there, we still see them trying to stay as relevant as possible. When you've tasted that much fame and glory and wealth, power. Pacquiao, especially Pacquiao, he attained power by entering politics. So he's not just a rich and famous person or Filipino, but he also became powerful by virtue of the fact that he became a senator. But the awesome thing about Manny, as we know, as his fans know, is his generosity, the way he helps the poor, especially in his hometown. So it's really impressive. Manny Pacquiao. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Manny Pacquiao. And I remember the fight with Oscar De La Hoya. I thought Pacquiao would be destroyed. Okay, that was the whole expectations around the world. It's like a suicide fight for Manny. But look what he did to to Oscar. So anyway, that's what I'm here to talk about, the documentary videos of Manny and Floyd, and how I was impressed, how I was inspired. You know, you know, you know, it can inspire you at any age, whatever your background in life is. It's always inspiring to watch videos like that. And I thank the Remus Boxing for making those videos. And well, that's it for now. So let's move on from the Jake Paul Tyson fight and Conor McGregor's comeback fight, which probably I still believe it will happen in the near future, maybe next year, but we'll never know. Conor is at the end stage of his career, so he doesn't want to exit the game on a bad note. But then again, I think Conor McGregor wants to prove something to all his haters that he's still Conor McGregor. He can still be a champion. Okay, that's it for now. Peace.